All right, so in the homework for 332, if on 107 you want to take what I said in class and essentially say the standard algorithm for division sucks, you could even like make a little like no standard algorithm if you want. But I just said no, I'm not going to do that. We're going to set up the giant 1 type division where we really make it a fraction and then multiply by the same thing on top and bottom and get to here, which we could solve not that bad because we could relate this to 1600 divided by 25, which we know there are 4 25s in every 100. So we could kind of solve this like that. And then we know this is just 125 away, right? 1575 is 125 less than 1600. I had some people come and ask me about 108 because just how it's phrased. Product always tells us that we're going to be multiplying. So even though it says and right here, that does not mean addition. We're still multiplying. So 3/10 and 4/100. We said with fraction multiplication, we go straight through the top and straight through the bottom. So our numerator becomes 12, while our denominator becomes 1,000, right? Because we multiply, and however many zeros we have in our powers of 10, that tells me how many zeros we're going to have in the answer. So to write 12 thousandths, I'm going to need to use 3 decimal places. So we're going to end up needing to add a 0. Give answers in decimal form, right? What is the sum? Ooh, sum means we're adding, though. 5 and 13/100, 12 and 6/10. Now, I had some people coming to me saying these are going to be really big numbers. Guys, you don't have to improper fraction. Could I go ahead and add 5 and 12 and put it in my answer space? If we're adding, guys, we know we're getting bigger. So we could go ahead and grab the 5, grab the 12, add those, make a little note. My answer is going to be at least 17, and then I'm going to have the fraction part. Does that make sense that I just went ahead and grabbed my whole numbers? What, like, tell me what doesn't make sense.
Well, I thought that when you're doing stuff like that, then you have to convert them into, I always get the...
I'm ignoring this. And I'm ignoring this right now because what I'm doing, and maybe this will make more sense when I set it up like a decimal, I'm doing 5.13. Crap, I didn't mean to draw that there, so I'm going to draw my 12 and 6/10 above it. 12 and 6/10, right? So that goes in the 10th spot, and I guess I could put a 0 there. If I just look at 12 and 5, this is going to make 17. Now, if I end up getting numbers big enough that we have to have like a 1 carry over, this is going to turn my 17 into 18. But if I don't get numbers big enough that do that, I can just add these up. But if we look at the fractions, and these answers are going to be the same thing. If we look at these fractions, 13/100 and 6/10, we would want common denominators. So we want to turn 10 into 100, just multiply by 10 on top and bottom. When you add 60/100 with 13/100, we get 73/100, which is also what we would have gotten if we added up the decimals. So we have 17 and we have 73/100. So what we really have for our answer is 17 and 73/100. Because any mixed number, and this might help too, any mixed number can be written as the whole number plus the fraction part. So we broke up 5 and 13/100 into 5 and 13/100, and then we broke up 12 and 6/10 into the 2 different pieces. We took the whole numbers first and then the fractions second. It's just a technique. You don't have to do that, but that's how the math can become easier.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. We are out of time, and I want to make sure that we respect the assembly that we're heading to, so we need to wrap up whatever eating we want to do and get on. I think we're going to leave stuff in your advisor's room and then head to the family room, so go to your advisor's room first.